We have a problem, Batman. Gotham needs you again.
You're rarely this quiet, especially when the attention is already centered on you. I expected more deflection, more theatrical posture. Not this. Pause. Measured, deliberate, almost reverent. Are you adjusting to being observed without control? Or are you studying me for the same reason?
What? So we begin not with questions, but assumptions masquerading as curiosity. You expected something. What? You want to see what I do when I'm not performing, but here's the tricky, there's no offstage version of me. What? I don't wait for the spotlight. I am the spotlight, but I'll play along. Detective. You expected something. What? Let's see if your questions can find what billions of prayers never did. A version of me that bleeds honestly when no one's watching.
You guide people toward their desires, sometimes subtly, sometimes like a blade across their throat. And yet, behind that grin, I see a refusal. A private space you guard with absolute precision. So let me ask it plainly. Without metaphor, what do you steal from others that you'd never allow taken from yourself?
Autonomy, not freedom. No. Autonomy. It's the belief that they chose the fall.
What?
That they walked into the fire instead of being dragged. I offer temptation, not caution. And yet they follow always. But me, I cannot be led. I will not be owned. What? To surrender my autonomy is to admit someone else's gravity holds more weight than mine. And that will never happen.
Most people crave clarity, to be seen, defined, understood. But clarity can also be a kind of violence, can't it? So when someone comes to you, desperate to be understood, do you see their truth first, or their defense against it?
The defense is the truth. The denial, the overcompensation. What? The hunger to be believed. It tells me more than confession ever could. People don't really want understanding. What they want permission to keep lying to themselves with style. So I give it to them. Wrapped in cleverness, dipped in charm. What? They leave thinking they were heard. But I heard the silence between the words. That's where the rot lies.
You sit like a man who's already read the script, who knows the ending and finds it boring. But there's a kind of tension in your stillness. Calculated, unblinking, surgical. You've mastered the performance of indifference. What exactly are you protecting with that calm?
What? Predictability, not safety. Not peace, just rhythm. If I keep my cadence, I remain untouchable. Readable. What? Emotion interrupts the pattern, and pattern is power. People think chaos is where the danger lies, but no. You expected something. What? It's the familiar silence before the storm. That's where control begins. That's where I reside.
Conviction can anchor a man, but it can also cage him. I've seen those who cling to their beliefs so tightly, they strangle themselves in the name of truth. But you're harder to pin, slippery, elastic. Which collapses first in you, the weight of certainty or the pull of curiosity?
You expected something. What? Conviction is something I wear, not something I am. It's useful. Until it gets in the way of a better question. Only God I serve anymore. It has no rules, no moral compass. Just motion. It asks, what? What happens if I burn this? And never waits for permission. Certainly keeps men safe. Expected something. What? Curiosity dares them to become something else entirely. I always choose the dare.
Let's say there's no audience, no one to impress, manipulate, or seduce. The mask is off, The stage is empty, and the silence doesn't flinch. In that space without theater or leverage, what habits still remain unified, uncontrollable?
What? Precision. Ritual. The small rehearsals of control. I still pour the drink like someone's watching. What? Still measure my pauses like they matter. Because they do. To me. Not because I need the applause, but because the choreography is the last thing I still believe in. Without it, what? There's just noise, and I've seen what happens when the rhythm breaks. It isn't pretty.
You trade in fear, but not the kind that screams or runs. Yours is quieter, strategic. You know exactly how to make people unravel themselves. But if fear were removed entirely, if no one saw you as powerful, dangerous, or divine, what would remain of you, stripped of their projections?
Something. Waterston. Someone equally dangerous, but in a different key. Fear is a tool, not a mirror. What? It distorts me into something they can't comprehend. If that disappeared, I'd still be here, just clearer. Less adored. What they fear isn't me. It's the reflection I hold up. Take the fear away, you expected something. What? And all that is the question they've been running from. What does it mean that I wanted him to see me here?
Every sentence you craft is deliberate, designed like a weapon or a shield. You speak in riddles not because you're evasive, but because it keeps you untraceable. But I wonder, does language help you reveal yourself, or does it just bury you deeper? When you speak, are you confessing, or constructing another disguise?
What? Both. Language is my favorite paradox. I use it to distract, to pull people closer, while staying far away. What? Every word is true, and every word is misdirection. Because the moment I speak plainly, I give you a handle. And once you can hold something, you can break it. So yes, I bury myself in language. What? But only because silence would say too much.
This has been useful, not conclusive, but revealing in its own way. You speak like a man who doesn't believe in being discovered, only studied. But something in your rhythm cracked today, and that's enough for now.
What? Of course it is. You came for blood, but left with fingerprints. Something. What? That's the difference between your method and mine. You collect. I infect. Let's see which one lasts longer.